Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Sad Truth. A few years ago, I authored an article at my Psychology Today blog titled Pros and Cons of Feminism. Uh, and as you might imagine, some folks weighed in the comments section. Specifically, at one point in the article, I had mentioned Andrea Dworkin and Catherine McKinnon, two very famous and well-known feminists who had some rather distasteful things to say about heterosexuality, specifically that heterosexuality is a form of rape because of the patriarchy and so on. And then, of course, in the comments section, a apparent ardent feminist took me to task and said that no, I was not representing their positions accurately. It was a false accusation. It was just the patriarchy that spreads these rumors and so on. And then I had done some digging to find out about the person in question who was commenting in the comments section, and he or she had a blog. Let me just describe you the description of the blog. So this blog exists to challenge white heterosexual male supremacy as an institutionalized ideology and as a systemized set of practices which are misogynistic, heterosexist, genocidal, and ecocidal. So, as you might imagine, this person definitely seems to have a very unbiased stake in this. Clearly, somebody who is willing to engage in reasoned dialogue. Yeah, sure. But in any case, as I was sitting today on my elliptical machine exercising, I was watching a clip by a YouTuber that I didn't know until very recently. His name is Paul Joseph Watson, and I have to give him a shout out because he introduced me to a feminist which heretofore I had not known. At least I don't think I remember having ever come across the works of this feminist, and it will actually link back to some of the words that apparently Dworkin and McKinnon had never uttered about heterosexuality, even though there are all sorts of reliable sources that point otherwise. So this lady's name is Julie Bindel, and she was being interviewed by some radical feminist venue about all sorts of things. And at one point, she was asked the following question, so let me just read it. Will heterosexuality survive women's liberation? And then she gives a couple of paragraph answer. But the part that I want to read is the following. So this is I'm quoting her. So I hope heterosexuality doesn't survive. Actually, I would like to see a truce on heterosexuality. I would like an amnesty on heterosexuality until we have sorted ourselves out, because under patriarchy, it's shit. That seems pretty reasonable position to hold. Now, as Mr. Watson pointed out in his clip, and as I've pointed out on many occasions in the past when dealing with these types of lunatic positions, it doesn't really take much of an evolutionary biologist or an evolutionary psychologist to see the problem with doing away with this pesky thing known as heterosexuality. Because it turns out that within the context of Homo sapiens, we are a sexually reproducing species that involves a man and a woman who mate to produce children. So if heterosexuality is abolished, then the only way that there could ever be any furtherance of reproductive pursuits would be if we would do away with these creatures, these pesky creatures known as men, then maybe we could have just a giant sperm bank where we could engage in artificial insemination. So that would certainly be one way where we can continue to have children, but do away with the patriarchal idea of heterosexuality. It's frankly baffling that there could be people walking this earth who espouse such positions, but perhaps even more baffling is that they have very large audiences that are perfectly willing to be intoxicated by their nonsense. So there you have it, people. Start working on it. We need to end heterosexuality. We need to move to a more just system of reproduction. Go sperm banks, down with heterosexuality. Continue having a good week. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Ciao.